Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Ketholina with the evening news. The headlines: Defence Minister Rajnath Singh approves NCC proposal for major expansion to cover 173 border and coastal districts. Nation remembers former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee on his second death anniversary today. Nagaland's COVID-19 tally climbs up to 3,394, and odd-even traffic regulations for non-essential vehicular movement extended within Dimapur town and NH29 till Chumoukedima. The National Cadet Corps (NCC) is all set for a major expansion to cover 173 border and coastal districts. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has approved a proposal of the National Cadet Corps for a major expansion scheme to meet the aspirations of youth in all the border and coastal districts. The proposals of the scheme were announced by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his Independence Day address yesterday. A total of 1 lakh cadets from 173 border and coastal districts will be inducted to the NCC. 1/3 of the cadets will be girl cadets. More than 1,000 schools and colleges have been identified in border and coastal districts where NCC will be introduced. The Army will provide training and administrative support to the NCC units located in the border areas. The Navy shall provide support to NCC units in the coastal areas. The Air Force will provide support to the NCC units located close to the Air Force stations. The NCC expansion plan will be implemented in partnership with the states. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, along with other senior leaders, visited former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee's Samiti, Sadaiv Atal, in the national capital today. They paid floral tributes to the leader on his second death anniversary. President Ramnath Kovind today unveiled the portrait of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee on his second death anniversary at the headquarters of Indian Council for Cultural Relations in Delhi. President Kovind said Atal Bihari Vajpayee established India as a new power in front of the world. He said Vajpayee ji always emphasized good relations with all countries, especially the neighbors. Meanwhile, Union Home Minister Amit Shah said Vajpayee was the voice of patriotism and Indian culture. Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said Vajpayee will remain an inspiration for all in years to come. Javadekar said the strong personality of the former Prime Minister Bharat Ratna Atal Bihari Vajpayee helped in building the foundations of a strong India and a strong party. In Nagaland, 54 new positive cases of COVID-19 have been detected today. Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangpom in a tweet this evening said, out of 599 samples tested, 26 cases were detected from Kohima, 21 from Dimapur, and 7 cases from Zunebuto. He said necessary contact tracing have been activated. Of the 54 cases, 13 are from armed forces, 7 from returnees, 31 from trace contacts, and 3 from frontline workers. Meanwhile, 101 people have recovered today, taking the total recovered cases to 1,422. The state has now a total of 3,394 cases, out of which 1,958 are active. So far, 7 have lost their lives and 6 have migrated. The sustained decline in COVID-19 fatality rate in the country has made India one of the countries with lowest COVID-19 related mortality across the world. The fatality rate stands at 1.93% in the country. Union Health Ministry said this is a result of coordinated efforts of the centre, state and union territory governments, which has led to a continuous decline in the mortality rate. So far, a total of 18,62,258 people have recovered in the country, and with this, the nationwide recovery rate now stands at 71.61%. Health Ministry said 63,489 new coronavirus cases have been registered in the country in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 25,89,682. Presently, the total number of active corona cases in the country is 6,77,444. In a single day, 944 deaths have also been reported, taking the toll to 49,980. You're listening to the news from All India Radio, Kohima. Dimapur police had extended the odd-even traffic regulations for non-essential vehicular movement within Dimapur town and NH29 till Chumoukedima town tomorrow till 31st of this month. Commissioner of Police Dimapur Rotiho Tetsio in an order stated that the traffic regulation has been done in the interest of public safety during the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic and appealed to all the citizens to cooperate for the safety of all. Vehicles with registration number ending with odd numbers will be allowed to ply on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, while those ending with even numbers will be allowed to ply on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. He, however, said that the registrations will not be enforced on Sundays. Two-wheelers will be exempted from the traffic restriction. The category under essential services, as notified earlier, will be exempted. Government servants on government duties and vehicles involved in providing essential services and COVID-19 related duties will also be exempted from the purview of this restriction on production of relevant documents and valid ID proof. All heavy vehicles, except those engaged in the four-lane construction work with valid permit, will be restricted from plying within the town area and highway area from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Violators will be penalized under the relevant MV Act 1988. India called for real-time information sharing among BRICS nations to tackle the drug menace. The fourth meeting of the BRICS Anti-Drug Working Group was held recently. The meeting focused on misuse of dark net and other advanced technologies for drug trafficking. The working group, comprising Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa and India, held fruitful discussions. Indian delegation was led by Rakesh Asthana, Director General, Narcotics Control Bureau. The common points emerged during the discussions include need for real-time information sharing among the member states and need to curb increased drug trafficking through maritime routes. The growing economic might of BRICS countries, their significance is one of the main driving forces of global economic development. Among other areas of collaboration, matters pertaining to drug trafficking are an important area of cooperation among the BRICS member states. Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises MSME Minister Nitin Gadkari has said that the MSME sector plays a major role in the development of the country. Speaking at Swawalamban E-Summit 2020 in New Delhi today through a video conference, Gadkari said, till now, 11 crore jobs have been created in the MSME sector, and in the next 5 years, government aims to create 5 crore more jobs in the country. The minister said 48% of the exports in the country are from the MSME sector, and the government aims to take this export to 60%. And in Assam, over 1,500 beds are to be added for COVID-19 patients in the state. Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma informed today that 3 new COVID care centers will be functional very soon in the state. He said that 850-bed COVID care center will be functional at Nehru Stadium in Guwahati, while another center with 704 beds will be operationalized at Mirza. The minister further said that the third such center will be functional with 40 beds facilities at Guwahati for women and children. There are over 22,000 active cases in the state and 53,000 persons have been discharged from hospitals so far. To end the news, a repeat of the headlines. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh approves NCC proposal for major expansion to cover 173 border and coastal districts. Nation remembers former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee on his second death anniversary today. Nagaland's COVID-19 tally climbs to 3,394 and odd-even traffic regulations for non-essential vehicular movement extended within Dimapur town and NH29 till Chumoukedima. That's all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.